and joined by Lord Sugar's new business partner, Marnie Swindells, and Apprentice runner-up, Rochelle Ray Anthony. Good to have you with us, guys.
Thank you for joining
Congratulations.
us.
Thank you for having us.
Both of you.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, you're all
both winners.
You're both winners as far
Get
as
to the final of that, you've done it.
Exactly.
Well done.
But Marnie, congratulations. How does it feel now to be Lord Sugar's person who he's going to trust, he's going to invest in your business? How does it feel?
It is surreal, honestly. Even hearing you say it sounds odd to me. It doesn't feel like it's me living in this moment. I haven't even brought myself to saying that sentence out loud myself yet.
First thing I read in my notes was you just said just imposter syndrome. Just complete
That's how
imposter
I
syndrome.
feel. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I am so grateful for it.
All I want to know is, does this mean we're going to see Lord Sugar in the boxing ring with some boxing gloves? Is that going to happen?
I think the thought of that is absolutely terrifying. He is a fighter already.
He's going to invest. He's got to,
Absolutely, he's got to go there and try the goods.
Do you not think?
He's already got all that oomph about him. I don't think we need him in a boxing ring anytime soon.
When you both first started, for all the kind of chutzpah and the kind of how bombastic the Apprentice was, in the back of your mind, did you think you were going to make the final?
Absolutely not. I think we were both the same. So I was pinching myself when I got through to the final because I don't think I ever really believed in myself. I knew that I had the capability and I just went for it. And you just take each task by task. You don't think about the final end product. And when you get there, you're like, whoa, I need to take a minute because actually, this is the final. This is massive. This is huge. So, yeah.
I always think, like, when you watch the show, the people who... I don't sound like too, like worthy here, but the people who are themselves, who work really hard and have got talent, end up going through, where the people that just tell him what he wants to hear. And you can see it, like, it's so transparent.
And there's no time at all to have a strategy. Like, the whole process is so fast-moving.
To be honest.
Exactly. So you just have to go with your raw, natural emotions, throw yourself into every task and just hope you make it to the next one. Live on a wing and a prayer.
What do you think it is about the both of you? What qualities do you bring? Do you think the reason why you both got to the final? What about you, Marnie?
I think one of the things is that me and Rochelle, and I think Tim mentioned this as well, is that we're both really adaptable. So we'll put on whatever hat we need to put on in that moment to make it happen. And it's being able to manoeuvre between those different tasks and different skill sets, I think has got us where we got to. We'll both just go for it.
What about you?
Go on, Marnie.
Yeah, so I'm exactly the same as Marnie. I think when we first got into that process, you're so hell-bent on being you, and you're doing these long hours, long days, so you're starting to get tired, you're hungry, and all those little things play into it. So if you're getting ratty, you're throwing people under the bus, what he wants to see is that you are genuine, you're authentic, you hold yourself accountable, and that's something that we both did in the boardroom. We were cool, calm and collected, and we said exactly what we needed to say, and we didn't have to make anybody else suffer in the process. So I think that's why we got as far as we did.
Maybe on the surface called calm and collected, but I was sweating most of the time.
Like a little swan.
You would have never told this woman, she's so poised all the time.
Do you get to spend much time with him, or does he keep that distance quite... Because the more time you spend with him, he's quite a nice guy.
He's lovely,
life, right?
yeah.
And so he's quite empathetic and he'll be able to talk. And I guess he doesn't really want that to come across.
Yeah,
because he needs that veneer to do what he's got to do, right?
He is a professional and he is so all about business, and he does keep that detachment because I think when you see him in the boardroom, it's your one chance to just show him, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, and if you don't, then you're not going to get the opportunity again. So everyone just wants to impress him when they can.
But at the same time, if you look too eager in the boardroom, you see straight through that as well.
But I think that's what makes him such an icon of business, is that he can read people. There's no point even trying to pull the wool over Lord Sugar's eyes because he can see it.
Does that very funny thing, though. I filmed once with him for the National Television Awards and he was doing the opening for us. He said, and he was obviously having a really busy day, and he went, what are we doing? And I went, well, OK. So, well, here's what I think we should do. We're doing this. He went, no. And then he repeated pretty much everything I just said to him back at me. He went, that's how we should do it. And I was like, right.
That's a good business man.
It's my way.
What you see is what you get.
So what are you both hoping to get out of doing this, Rochelle? What are you hoping to...
Next stage.
Yeah, so obviously I didn't win the investment, but what it's done is exposure and publicity for my business. So that has been second to none. People are coming down, they're understanding what my business is about, they're coming into the salon, and after the pandemic, that's all I could have asked for. So I'm absolutely ecstatic, yeah.
And what about,
I still feel like a winner.
What about Karen Brady? What was she like? Oh, Baroness, I've got to call
Baroness.
Oh, yeah.
Baroness Brady, what was she like?
Do you know what? She's exactly like she is. She's very she's got such a good presence and she has so much authority. She walks into a room and she commands your attention, but she's very fair, she's very to the point, and she knows what she's looking for also.
Let's have a look what she's like, because we've got a little clip. Let's have a look.
And on that note, Megan, thank you. Thank you, Karen. It's Baroness Brady to you.
Baroness Brady.
My friends call me Karen.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. She's fire, ain't she?
Oh, but
she's
I love her. I am in absolute awe of Karen. Baroness Brady, I'm in awe of her. Especially what she's done in football is everything I aspire to do in boxing. She's really broke the mould and she does it and she looks so good doing it as well.
Her outfits, yeah, she came every day slaying them.
All of the girls were mesmerised by it. In fact, I think all the boys were as well.
Marnie, in terms of where you go from here and how you want to sort of, not reinvent, but reposition boxing gyms, what do you want to do? What's the goal?
My mission is to let the world know that boxing belongs to everybody.
Yes!
Always. I think there is such a misconception about what happens in boxing clubs, and it's absolute magic in there. And I want to bridge the gap between those spit and sawdust gyms with all the heart and authenticity and those high-end gyms that run really well, but no one knows your name. So my mission is to bring those worlds together and bring boxing to the masses with Lord Sugar's help.
That's a good sell, isn't it?
That's a really good sell.
I didn't get this far for no reason.
Wonderful.
It's not my first rodeo, Dermot.
We know that. Listen, girls, it's so lovely to meet you both. You can obviously re-watch The Apprentice on BBC iPlayer. Tune in now. But the last thing I'd like to say, thank you for coming, girls.
Thank you.
Dermot, you are fired.
You sound like myself.
But don't worry, I found you a new job.
She's been waiting to do that for a long time.
In the cafe.